Yeah, I'm actually a really good mom. What you're about to see is probably going to rival that, and you're probably going to question that, but I'm a really good mom. I'm kind of strict. I don't hit. Sorry, Janine. I don't hit, I don't swear, I don't allow them to say shut up or stupid or anything. But the other day, my kids were playing Legos on the floor the other day, and I walked by and I could have sworn, I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure that my 3-year-old little girl called her 5-year-old brother a cocksucker. And I stopped. And I did the mom look. I think we all know the mom look, that. And then I moved on. But if you rewound it and played it in slow-mo, I can't lie, there was a part of me that was sort of proud. So if you played it in slow-mo, it was like this. Cocksucker. Yes. So I'm dating again. Don't fucking applaud people. It sucks. Dating sucks. To ease me back into dating after my 2-year divorce anniversary, which my ring finger just went back to normal, it was all discolored and dented, like my soul. Oh, just kidding. One of my best friends decided to introduce me to one of her best friends, and the night before he and I were supposed to go out, she and I are having dinner, and a couple martinis, and she leans forward and she goes, 10 years ago, we hooked up. I was like, awesome, 10 years ago, who cares? And she goes, wow, one word for you, huge. I was like, that's awesome. And she goes, well, which I couldn't actually do because I'm a small-framed girl, so I have a tiny vajay. But you, because you've had 2 kids, you can probably take it. And I realized at this moment that there is a misperception going around about my vagina. Because I've had 2 kids, like it's some big, giant, gaping abyss. Like when it's windy, it flaps. Like a shade caught in a breeze. Or if I speed walk, it whistles. Like a bottle on a patio. I will tell you this, that Dr. Barry brought some Cedar Sinai. For $20, gave me a couple extra stitches. That's all I'm saying. So I met this guy at this, I decided it was I go, you know, I do like local neighborhood bars where we can get a couple of beers and have some wings. So I meet him downtown at a club. He picked a club. Now I haven't been to a club in a really long time. I'm standing at the club, it's dark, it's pumping, and nobody else is in their Old Navy flip-flops or Target t-shirt. Suddenly I'm thrust back to my 14-year-old self with the blue eyeshadow and Gloria Vanderbilt jeans. And I do not want to go in, totally insecure, but I was like, I gotta do this. So I walk in, but I did the walk. You know when you're really wasted, but you have to walk like you're not? This walk? I think I threw a pageant in for the bartender. I was like... So I find an empty seat, which was weird because the place was packed, and I order my Jack and Coke, and I sit down, and I'm doing my Molly Ringwald, Jay-Z. I think I air guitared. Yeah. And I look over and I realize, wow, my seat is blank because the 25-year-old couple next to me has decided that this is their evening for public dry humping. And they're wasted, which I wouldn't mind because I'm all for a good dry hump. But here's my thing. I was like this unwilling third party because I was being nudged the whole time. Every time he thrust it, I was like, my drink. It's very violating. I was like Coco in Fame. I was like, so the guy gets there, and we totally hit it off. We have a bunch of Jack and Cokes, and then we're the 30-something couple at the bar totally making out. But nobody's watching us because it was like a scene from Cocoon. And we, the one couple across the way decided to watch us after all. And I realized that we're that accident on the side of the road. We're, you know, that thing that you don't want to watch but you can't not. It's kind of like the smell, like a sponge that you do your dishes with. And then you walk away and rub your nose, you're like, oh fuck, what the fuck is that? Jesus fuck. Would you share it with somebody mixed for me. Last time I drank a Jack and Coke and got really drunk, I ended up at the Comedy Store parking lot up against my minivan making out with some dude I just met. Yeah, baby. And as we're making out, I finally realized that there's a finger in my hiney hole. I was like the Latina maid in Seems Like Old Times with Chevy Chase and Goldie Hawn, where I was like, I did not like the looks of these. He dug in deeper and I was like, what you doing there, man? I pushed him away, but I kept making out, and then before I knew it, my finger was in his hiney hole, and I was like, oh, no. So I kicked him away, got in my minivan, and drove home like this. It was all glistening from the streetlight. I got home to my apartment, I was like, brushed my teeth. I washed my hands. What is going on with the anal? There's a whole bunch of anal talk going on. What is going on with that? By show of applause, who here likes anal? I was so hoping for like the one drunk girl. She's like, fucking the anal fucking rocks. Right here, fuckers. It's always the drunk girl that's the one that's like on the video camera at the casino giving a blowjob to some guy in the elevator. You just see her ponytail. Have you ever been so drunk giving a blowjob that one actually gets away from you? Like it slips and you're like, my bad. I've been working out. I work at a 24-hour Nautilus with my mom friend that I was talking about earlier, my best mom friend, and she's the mom that does spin. You know those people? No? All right, excellent, good talk. So today we're doing turbo kick, and usually she's like, "Come on, don't you want it? You're gonna be fat all your life." I was like, "I don't know." But today she's totally lagging. And so she goes back to get some water, and I follow her, of course, and I was like, oh, geez, I gotta stop and see what's wrong with my friend. So I go over, and I go, are you okay? She goes, I'm so sore. I was like, yeah. And she goes, I had anal last night. I was like, what? This is my mom friend. She picks my kids up from school. And I go, oh, what happened to the other hole? Bring in a pony. She's like, you've never had anal? I was like, no. She's like, you've got to try it, it's awesome. She goes, there's all these nerve endings. With all due respect, aren't those nerve endings keeping my poo in? Just a thought. You know what though, when I'm 90 and on my third marriage, I'm gonna give it a go. I'll be sitting there in my easy chair with my husband, and he's gonna look over and I'm gonna be like, fine, let's do this. I'll hold on to my walker. And you know what's funny? Because God has an awesome sense of humor. I'm sure you've all been witness to that at one point in your lives. You know what's gonna happen at 90? I'm gonna have that rockin', mind-blowing orgasm that I've been seeking since I was 16 and a half years old. And I'll be 90, I'm gonna be like, oh my God! My G-spot's in my asshole! I'm gonna close with that. Thank you so much for coming out.
That's